Hello, in this video I'll be explaining the organelles of animal eukaryotic cells. The cell membrane surrounds the cell. It acts as a barrier to protect the cell and separates the intracellular and extracellular environment. The membrane is composed predominantly of phospholipids and proteins, allowing the cell to adjust the membrane rigidity and regulate what comes into and out of the cell. The mitochondria is the site of cellular respiration. Due to the fact that it produces ATP, which is the cell's energy currency, it is known as the powerhouse of the cell. The amount of mitochondria in the cell is dependent on the amount of activity that cell does. The more energy the cell requires, the more mitochondria necessary to produce that energy as ATP. The nucleus is the most distinguishable organelle under a light microscope. It is involved in the storage of DNA in the cell. As DNA encodes all proteins necessary in a cell, it can be considered the brain of the cell. Inside the nucleus is the smaller nucleolus. The nucleolus is responsible for the production of ribosomes. Ribosomes produce polypeptides and proteins. Due to this important function, ribosomes are found in abundance in every type of cell. Ribosomes are not only found freely throughout the cell, but also attached along the rough endoplasmic reticulum. The rough endoplasmic reticulum both moves and modifies the proteins produced by the ribosomes attached to it. After proteins are done in the rough endoplasmic reticulum, they can be transported to the Golgi complex, which further modifies proteins and polypeptides. Once modified, the proteins and polypeptides are packaged into vesicles to be transported out of the cell. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is much like the rough endoplasmic reticulum, but without the attached ribosomes. It produces lipids and steroids and transports these substances throughout the cell. Endocytosis is the process of bringing substances into the cell. Lysosomes are able to digest substances that are brought in. A great example is phagocytic immune cells, which must engulf and digest foreign invaders. Peroxisomes also contain digestive enzymes which break down fatty acids and hydrogen peroxide. Peroxisomes are also responsible for digesting certain proteins that the cell does not require. Centrioles are important in both mitosis and meiosis. They are responsible for organizing the spindle fibers which move and separate the chromosomes in preparation for the creation of a new cell. Nutrients or waste products are stored in the vacuoles of cells. Vacuoles can be very important in separating and isolating harmful waste products from the rest of the cell. These are all the basic organelles of animal eukaryotic cells. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content and wish to see more content like this, please subscribe. This video was created by Simply Explained.